What is up, everyone? Welcome to the newest episode of Friday Night Wars, the hottest sports debate show on YouTube today, where you decide the winner. And I'm talking. So you know what that means? That means that I won the previous week, so now I get my 60 seconds of fame to open up this episode. And I want to say I gave you fair warning, Joe Morley. That 20 to 25 estimation of recruiting Team Mike members to the Warzone is now up to like 50, maybe 60. We are not letting you take another week for the rest of time, for the rest of history. It's over for you. And it must be rough. It must have been a rough week for the Morley Sports gang. First, you realize your reign is quickly coming to an end and rapidly ending at the hands of TikTok boy himself. When you go and look at that comment section and see the outpouring of Team Mike members coming out and voting for Mike, then you have to look at the Raiders schedule that was released last night and tell yourself all these lies. Tell yourself everything's going to be okay for the Las Vegas Raiders when you know deep down inside that just like your run on top of FNW, your Raiders are also completely doomed for 2021.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Step into the war zone!
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 Friday night war zone!
Friday night war zone!
Hey yo, it's Phil Flames. I'm with Mike on the Mic and Joe Morley. About to bring you more heat. Welcome to the war zone. You can have a floor seat. Watch them on your iPhone. Watch them on your Galaxy. It's a sports debate show. Straight up out of SoCal. Gather around the laptop. Friday nights it goes down. And we on the radio. Coming to your locale. Got into the third round. Better bring the smoke now. Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone!
Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone!
Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone!
Friday night war zone.
Friday night war zone!
Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone!
Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone!
Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone!
Friday night war zone.
Friday night war zone!
Mike, history repeats itself over and it's like we had this conversation before. When I had a 3-win lead, you went on this rant about how you're never going to lose again. Then I took my 3 game. Look, Mike, I want you to catch up. Please bring all these people out. Please bring all these so-called Mike on the Mic squad or whatever the heck you call them. Bring them, please bring them. Or what do you? I think you call them army. I don't know. If you're their leader, something's wrong in their world. I'll tell you that. But come on out, please help Mike. He needs these wins more than I do.
I mean, we're only down by 1 now. It just flipped just like that. We took the 2 weeks off, and it's like whatever rust or slump we were in, we just threw it right off to the side, and we're taking over now. I mean, last week was, I don't know if you looked, was a blowout victory. And don't think I didn't see you, Jake. I didn't see you, Bill. I didn't see any of you guys in the comment section voting for Joe. And still, you got blown out. You got blown out.
I didn't even have to Mike, you go out there and you send these links and you recruit and you're like, vote for me. Everybody vote for Mike, please. You know what? I don't do that. I just let it go. I just let it fall. And my kids love watching the show. And sometimes, they want to vote for their dad because they know when they see greatness on the YouTube, on TV, and they see me, they already know. Like, Dad, this other guy has nothing on you. Why are we even voting? That's what they tell me. Like,
they do like just randomly walk in when we're recording or we're getting to work on stuff on the Warzone. They just walk in and be like, Mike, you suck. All right. Hi, Dad. And then they leave. Like, damn.
They know. They already know.
I got to strike a deal with them or something, like I did that one time to get some votes.
Yep.
That's usually what I do. I usually just go to people and bribe them. Like, hey, I'll do whatever. You want me to talk good about your football team? We'll talk good about your football team.
Yeah.
For a vote.
All I know is I'm upset that Jay the Plug went to your side, but that's a different thing. Let's go to topic number 1. Jay the Plug, I'm watching you.
We got a couple really good topics to cover on this week's episode of Friday Night Wars. We're going to be talking about the Dodgers and whether it's time to panic. Our Los Angeles Dodgers, we're both Dodgers fans. We're going to be talking about this weekend's rookie Madden tournament. You may have seen it on the Instagram page at this point. Submit your brackets to us into any of the DMs of the members of the Warzone Sports Network, so that way you can be entered to win the $50 for whoever gets the most correct predictions for the bracket, I guess you would say. We're doing a little fun game with it. We're simulating all 8 rookies in a tournament to see who will come out on top on Madden 21. It's going to be a ton of fun, so we're going to talk about that in topic 2. And in topic 3, we're going to close it out with some Tebow mania. It's one of the hottest topics in sports right now, so we're going to close it out with that. As you can see, Joe already has some immediate feelings. Be sure to drop a subscribe and hit the little notification bell next to it so that way you're alerted every time we post a new video. We have 7 shows a week at this point, or we're going live for all these different live streams and watch parties that are coming to the Warzone. The growth has been exponential. Let's keep it going. Thank you guys and everyone that has supported the shows.
One thing before we go into topic number 1. Tomorrow, Saturday morning, not only are we doing the Madden, but fantasy football boot camp comes to the Warzone Sports Network.
Yeah, that's right. Christopher Owens, 7 o'clock. Kevin Banks, Piggy Bank Picks. They're going to win you some fantasy football championships. You don't want to miss it. Tomorrow, debut episode, first episode. Be a part of something great. All right, without further ado, let's go to war.
Is it time for Dodger fans to panic?
No. It's not time to panic. The Dodgers have been hit with injuries, and they've been hit hard. Edwin Rios, Dustin May, done for the season. I'm a big in the moment kind of guy, and I've been tough on the Dodgers so far. I've been like, and I die with every loss that they get, right? This week against the Mariners, though, they're starting to heat back up. It's starting to come back. And as Trevor Bauer tweeted out the other day, best team in baseball over the last 2 days, over the last 2 games, right? Looking good because Trevor Bauer and the Dodgers had that little issue. Whatever. I think the 3-run home run the other day by Gavin Lux might have been the turning point to turn the season around. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he hit his chest and he hit it. Like once he hit it, he knew. And he goes, and he said some things that I'm not going to repeat on the air, but he hit his chest and he looked at that dugout. He said what he needed to say. And that at that moment, I told myself, the Dodgers are back. The Dodgers have turned the corner. And it's pretty sad that the Dodgers have gone like 7-15. Don't quote me on that, 7-15, but are only 2.5 games back in the division. What does that say about the other teams in the division, right? What does that say about the Giants and all those other teams? It's May. A lot of baseball left to be played. And the Dodgers learned a big lesson last year against Atlanta in the playoffs. And after that series, it taught them that they could overcome anything, right? The Dodgers have won the National League West 8 years in a row. 8 years in a row, and this year won't be any difference. The Dodgers are basically treating the beginning of the season like NBA teams treat the regular season. They're going to walk on through it because they know when October baseball is here, the Dodgers will be ready.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope the same thing for the Lakers as well, because both teams are in some precarious positions right now. Is it time for the Dodgers fans to panic? I mean, in the words of Daniel Bryan, yes. Joe, it seems that ever since we attended that Dodger game, we have sent our own team into a slump. The Dodgers, since starting 14-2 on the season and looking to be on a historic pace, are now 7-15. You got it right, in their last 22 games. After winning 5 straight series to open the season, the champs have now lost 6 of their last 7 series that they've competed in. They're in such a slump that they have slid from comfortable atop the NL West to 3rd in the division. Look, I am a Dodgers fan, just like you, but this trend is going the completely wrong way than what we wanted it to, and completely opposite of how the team started. And the longer and longer it goes on, the more and more fans should be panicking. Right now, the panic is slight, minimal, just a little bit of panic. But if this continues into the 50s and the 60th games of the season, this panic will rise in the city of Los Angeles among sports fans. Come on, man. Get it together, Dodgers, and let's go on another run. Are we going back to back? I think it's in serious jeopardy. at this moment?
They're sitting at 20-17 right now, or whatever it is at this moment. 20. So that's 20 wins out of 37. That's pretty good, right? You add that up over the course of the season. So let's say 40, 80. So that's 80 wins, give or take right there. So they need about 10 more wins out of that come up to get the 90 wins. 90 wins will more than likely put them in the playoffs. Come on. All right. They're on track to be good. They're on track to do it. They'll go on a couple winning streaks here and there. Just get this losing streak done with now, this little slump. And once Cody Bellinger's back, Dodgers are back.
I hope so. And I agree that, they're probably going to go on winning streaks. They're probably going to go on losing streaks. And I also kind of acknowledge the nature of baseball. Usually the team that wins the World Series is the team that just got hot at the right time. And they ran the table, beat the teams that they weren't expected to beat, and went to the World Series, then won it. That happens a lot of times. And last year in the shortened season, the Dodgers were able to, as the best team in baseball, go ahead and accomplish winning the World Series despite everything else that was going on in the world. My worry is this team, and was it built to just win that 60-game season format? Or can this team withstand the full season and playoff run? Because there's injuries like crazy, slumps left and right. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. I know other fans are starting to get a little bit worried. They got to be.
Get worried, be worried. But at the end of the day, the Dodgers pitching will do it. The dog days of summer are coming up. The Dodgers will be all right. Trust it. A little World Series hangover, you could say that. I know Dodger haters are going to come out and be like, that's what I told you, 60 games, that's all they can do. It's all right. Hey, let them have their glory, because when the Dodgers go back-to-back this year, it's all right. And we won't even remember what happened at the beginning of the season.
I mean, that's true. If they win the World Series, like all this talk, only reason we'd remember is if we look back at this very topic. This one out of how many episodes we on now? It's 13.
4,632.
25 episodes, 3 topics per episode. We have talked about 75 different topics in the history of this show. And this one hopefully will be the least relevant when the Dodgers win the World Series.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I hope so. All right, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Are the Dodgers in trouble? And who won this round? Let's move on to the next one.
Who are you rooting for to win the Rookie Madden tournament tomorrow?
Who am I rooting for and who is going to win this tournament are exactly the same person. And his name is Mac Jones, as my friend Joe Morley would say. Not only am I rooting for Mac Jones, like I said, he's going to win the entire thing. 100%. Book it now. If you're filling out your brackets, you haven't submitted them yet, make Mac Jones your winner. He fits right into that New England offense like a glove, like someone that we know pretty well who may have just won the Super Bowl last year. And where the Patriots lack an offensive weapons to get the ball to, they have an elite defense. The rest of the rookies do not have this level of a defense to support their woes or whatever is going to happen on that side of the ball. And also, the rest of the rookies are going to have to deal with that Patriots defense and try and score on them round after round. Justin Fields in game 1, easy work. Fields can try to run and hide all he wants, but he's going to run into Gilmore. He's going to run into Duggar. He's going to run into Hightower. He's going to run into the newly acquired Matt Judon. And they're all going to chase him down. Also, I feel like Mac Jones is kind of like the villain of the tournament. I love it. I love the guy that everyone's rooting against overcoming all that and winning the whole thing. You're going to have your Mills fans who are rooting for the ultimate underdog. You're going to have the Fields fans who like buying into hype like yourself. You're going to see your Trevor Lawrence fans who are just chasing the money, taking the favorite. Nope. None of those guys are going to win. Tom Brady and Cam Newton are gone out of New England. It's Mac Jones' time to shine.
Mike, this Madden simulation tournament, great idea. Bringing football back to the fans. It's not real football. It's the simulation, but at least we're going to be there. We're going to be cheering it on. We don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. I love it. I can't wait for it to happen. I already have some great one-liners that I'm ready to use, and you know how I use those one-liners. I like the underdogs. You already mentioned that. I like Davis Miles. I like Kyle Trask, but I don't know if they have the team around them to get it done. I'm going to go with the guy that I've been backing since before the draft, the guy who I said is the best quarterback in the draft, and I'm going with Justin Fields. I like the Bears. I like the Bears defense enough to go against these other rookies. Just like you said, you like the Patriots defense. I think the Bears defense is good enough with Khalil Mack rushing against them. Come on. I like David Montgomery, and of course, I love me some Allen Robinson. I think the combination of AR and Fields will dominate the bracket. I just don't want to see Trevor Lawrence or Mac Jones win it all. Those are the two that I can't stand right now. So Fields and the Bears might not win Super Bowls. Let's see if they can pull off this Madden simulation tournament on the Warzone Sports Network. Justin Fields and the Bears, don't let me down. Let's go.
It's interesting because I don't know if you guys have seen the bracket yet. Maybe I'll insert in the video here somewhere around this spot. But Mac Jones versus Justin Fields happens to be a first-round matchup.
Yes, sir. I was looking at that. Yeah, it's what is that? The 4 versus the 5, right?
Yes. So the way we have it seated is the first quarterback selected and the last quarterback selected are going against each other. The second picked and the second last are going against each other. Third and third are going against each other, and then the middle two are going against each other. So it's going to be interesting. So that means that Trevor Lawrence is going to play Davis Mills. Does Davis Mills stand any chance?
It's all about I think it's about the rest of the team, but you know what? It's going to be interesting to see it.
On the Texans.
Let's do it.
Who's going to be the star player? Philip Lindsay?
It's going to be fun. You guys, I hope everybody tunes in to watch it. It's going to be a great. Hey, we're going to be on the Warzone Sport Network all day tomorrow. So if you guys love Friday Night Wars, you're going to love this weekend.
All right, we gave our in-depth to Justin Fields, Mac Jones pretty much already. I'm taking Mac Jones. You're taking Justin Fields. Who you got, Kellen Mond or Zach Wilson?
I'm going Kellen Mond.
Kellen Mond. How about Mills versus Lawrence?
I'm going to go with the upset because I don't want Lawrence, but I'll take Mills in the first round upset. I'm not going to take him anywhere farther than that, but I'll take Mills.
And then the last one, Lance versus Trask.
I think
good teams around.
I think I've had Lance going right there. Lance. I think I'll have Lance.
Yeah,
because I want it to be Lance versus Fields in the championship.
Oh, really? That'd be fun. I think I have opposite almost. I have Lawrence, Trask, Jones, and Wilson. So
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how good Madden has the Jets right now because I think that's but I think the Vikings are a better team than the Jets on a game and like a simulation. So
yeah, a big thing in Madden, especially if you play Madden a lot, is having really, really good edge rushers. So the Bears with Khalil Mack, the Vikings with Danielle Hunter, the Buccaneers D-line, those defenses are really tough if they're getting pressure on rookie quarterbacks. They're just going to be rolling the ball and throwing the ball up. I think the team that everybody's going to underlook, and they're going to do it because they're going to say Kyle Trask, right? But Kyle Trask is taking over for Tom Brady, right? So Kyle Trask is doing his thing with the team that Tom Brady has. The 22 starters or the 21 starters plus him. So that could be the dark horse. I don't even know if you would call him a dark horse, but that's the team that you need to be scared of. I think that might be the favorite team going in. Yeah, I got him running. I got Jones versus Trask championship, which will be crazy. Yeah. It'll be absolutely crazy. All right, let us know who you guys think is going to win this tournament in our DMs. You can tell us in the comments too, I guess. But if you want to enter into the $50 giveaway to whoever gets their bracket the most accurate and get the most wins in their bracket, it's going to be $50 towards the Warzone merch store. You can spend it on anything that you want. It'll probably be a discount code, or maybe we'll just ask you what shirt you want, whatever it's going to be. That's enough for 2 shirts and maybe even a sticker or something. So pretty good giveaway for nothing. All you got to do is submit your bracket. That's it. Yep. So just DM myself or Joe or the Warzone page, and we'll get back to you. All right. Going to be a fun one. I'm excited for this. I really am. Let's move on to the next round.
Should the Jaguars have signed Tim Tebow?
Tebow back in the NFL is such a joke. How the heck is this even happening? The guy is 33 years old and he only played 3 seasons in the NFL. 3 seasons, a total of 35 games in which he started 16 of those. If it was anyone else, they would be bashing this guy. They would be bashing him. The only thing saving him from being called a bust is a playoff win, which somehow they pulled off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you know that Jamarcus Russell, yes, Jamarcus Russell, started more games than Tim Tebow, and he's considered one of the biggest busts in draft history? Tebow was told to switch positions multiple times, and said no, and then left the NFL because he wanted to go chase his baseball career. A little bit better than Michael Jordan in baseball, we'll say that, but not great, right? Not great. He didn't succeed there either. Now he's switching positions. Now he wants to play tight end and take up a spot that a young kid out of college, some thriving athlete could have. Someone with more talent, more deserving. But no, we're going to give Tim Tebow another chance. He's only getting this damn chance because of Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, already questionable decisions over there in Jacksonville. I told you, Mike, Jacksonville wasn't going to go anywhere with Urban Meyer, and this shows they're still a joke of a franchise. Bringing in Tim Tebow is still a joke. The Tim Tebow will bring the media circus, but when it's all said and done, he's going to get cut. He's not going to make this damn roster. Tebow had his 10 minutes of fame, and we need to let it go. Let it go. Let him fade off like the Matt Leinart and Vince Youngs and the rest of these great college quarterbacks that did absolutely nothing in the NFL. Stop the Tebow bullshit, Mike.
This is such a tough topic to talk about. And being on this side of this argument, it's a little bit tough in itself. But I'm going to give it my best shot. To that backwards here because I see that it's whatever. Lighting. You guys know. Anyways. Before I go in, I want to preface that 100% agree with you. The only reason this is even an option for Tebow is because Urban Meyer is their head coach and probably their GM, right, as well, not just their head coach. He's probably serving as both roles unofficially behind the scenes. And I agree that if Tebow deserves a shot at the league at this point in his life again, then I'm sure there are hundreds of other athletes who deserve that same shot in this position. But the question is, should the Jaguars have signed him? Did he work out with the team? Did they like what they saw? Did he pass the physical? Does Urban Meyer and his team of coaches and scouts, whoever's analyzing all this, think Tebow's going to help them win more football games? If the answer to all these questions for the Jaguars is yes, then that's all that really matters. We can hate on it all we want. Same as with baseball. Same as being a commentator in the booth or even an author, whatever the hell else Tebow's done in the last 10 years since he played football. Tebow brings something special to the table that is rare amongst, any humans, but especially guys and athletes that are in the level that he's at and celebrities at the level that he's at who have had very successful, blessed, privileged lives. He relates to people. That's something that you don't usually see at that level or at that place. He relates to people, and he relates to people from all walks of life. He leads people from all walks of life. Whether we agree with it or not, whether I agree with it or you agree with it, if the guy is even just an average or backup tight end, but he brings that unique quality that the Jacksonville Jaguars and Urban Meyer think is going to help this young rebuilding roster out, then so be it. If he checked all those boxes for the Jaguars and they want to sign him, then they should.
Mike, Rob Gronkowski took a year off. He retired, right? And then he came back. Mm-hmm. And then it took him, almost a whole season to become Rob Gronkowski again? And not even going to say that even in the Super Bowl that he was 100% the tight end that we used to see. And this is a guy who's been playing tight end his whole life, his whole career, multiple Super Bowls, and he struggled at the beginning of the season. You could say he didn't, but we all saw it. He struggled at the beginning of the season to get back to where he needs. And now you're going to bring a guy who's played quarterback and didn't play great and move him and put him in a new position. And I don't know if you saw the clip that they've been showing on ESPN or everywhere, that one time that they threw Tim Tebow the ball and it hit him like in the face. Come on. There's a big difference between playing quarterback and playing tight end. Tim Tebow is also, what is he? He's 6'3", listed at 245. That's about 20 to 30 pounds lighter than the average NFL tight end, right? 6'3", you can get away with the height. You would probably want him a little bit taller, but now he's going to go up. Can you imagine Tim Tebow blocking Von Miller, blocking all these other guys? And other teams are already calling him out. Like, I can't wait till we play Tim Tebow and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know what that's all about. All I know is a 33-year-old guy trying to make a new position who hasn't been playing NFL, hasn't been playing in the career. Come on, like you don't deserve this shot. You do not deserve this shot.
I mean, all these guys, linebackers coming out. I think it was Devin Bush or somebody saying like, "Oh, I can't wait to play Tebow." They got the wrong idea. I think Tebow's not going to go out there and be running slants over the middle for linebackers to just come out and murder him. Yes, he's going to go in listed as a tight end, but really, what's he going to do? He's going to be a backup. He's hardly going to play unless there's a ton of injuries, solid tight ends that the Jaguars have. He's probably going to be a fullback. If I had to put money on it, I think the only time that he sees the field is on the goal line as a fullback. That's it. And he may just be a decoy.
But can he play special teams? Can he play special teams? Because if you're going to bring a guy in to be a backup tight end or a third tight end, he better be on damn special teams.
What if he holds? He can hold. Come on.
So you're gonna bring him in to be a holder.
Well, they're bringing him in to be a leader and a locker room guy, and he's going to contribute via being some kind of weird fullback tight end breed. Because he's not going out there and running post corners against NFL DBs. It just won't work. Whether he gets murdered or he just harmlessly doesn't catch the ball, you're not going to run the route at the level of an NFL tight end. He's not. Is
Urban Meyer smarter than Bill Belichick?
No, I wouldn't bet on that.
Hell no. Hell no. Bill Belichick had Tim Tebow on his team, on his roster, in camp for the whole training camp, and he went nowhere. So you're going to tell me that Urban Meyer can bring in bring in Tim Tebow 6 years, 7 years later, and now all of a sudden turn him into a tight end? This is just a joke. This Jacksonville team, as we thought they were turning the table and going this, no wonder that. Okay, this you know what it is. You know what it is, right? Tony Khan, the GM or the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what he owns? AEW. So it's like he's signing these old school guys who are getting cut by WWF or WWE and bringing them in. He just brought in Chris Jericho to try to bring and make Chris Jericho a tight end right now for Jacksonville Jaguars. That's what he did.
Y2J, you just made the list. Welcome to Raw is Jericho. Jacksonville is Jericho. No, this is why it's such a hard debate or hard topic to talk about, especially on this side. I'm not saying that he's going to succeed. I'm not saying he's going to have 750 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that the Jacksonville Jaguars have these reasons. They have these boxes that they've checked with Tim Tebow, and they believe it, and they believe in him 100%, and they want to sign him, then sign him. Only reason I would say if you have a guy that you like that, don't sign him, is if you're only signing him for the PR. Because in that situation, that's going to do more hurt to your locker room than good. But I don't think that situation with Tebow. Urban Meyer sees the magic he's created with him before. If the guy can even be like average or like slightly below average on the field, bring him in to be a leader. I think that's basically what this is. He's going to be a fullback, and he's going to be a tight end as a decoy in certain situations. Very, very specific situations. He may see 1 snap a game on average.
Let's just say the Jags is the Jags, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's 53 people on the roster, and usually about 30 to 35 play in each game. So there's guys that just don't play, and it's probably going to be Tebow. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something to see. I'll tell you that if he comes out and he's at fullback or he's at tight end on the goal line, and Trevor Lawrence actually throws him the ball, and let's see what
would you bring. Let's see, the last time he played in the league, Derek Carr's brother David Carr played at the same time Tim Tebow did last time. Would you bring him back to play some tight end?
Can he run like Tebow did when he was a player?
Probably.
I don't think so.
What if one of the old school guys? Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant's been in shape, played in the NFL last year. He's hardly ever getting a chance to play, and he could catch. Like, he could play the wide receiver position, and nobody wants to bring him in as a 6 wide receiver. But you bring Tim Tebow that never caught anything and put him as a tight end.
He's a guy that should move the tight end because he's got the big frame and he's got the catching ability. He just doesn't have the top end speed he used to, or any kind of speed that he used to. So he should also move the tight end. I see what you're saying. Like I said, I'm on your side of that spectrum. I agree. I don't think it's going to work out. I don't think Tebow's going to do anything next year. I don't even know if he's going to make the roster still. What I'm saying is, from Jacksonville's perspective, I understand what they did. If I go to the store and I'm trying to decide which brand of energy drink I want to buy to keep me awake all night to work on editing these videos, And I like this one. This is my favorite, but everyone else is telling me to get the other one. I'm probably still going to get my favorite. Does that work? I don't know.
Sure. I don't know where you're going with that. You lost me.
I'm grabbing onto everything.
It is what it is. I am not backing this Tebow move at all, and I think it's horrible. I think it's a horrible look for the NFL. I forget what show we did because we do so many on the Warzone Sports Network, but we were just talking about how we were happy with the NFL not recycling coaches, not recycling players, and then they pull this crap. And it's like, really? Like, this dude was a minor league baseball player. Let him go. Let him go.
Hopefully they cut him and he ends up in the XFL. That would be fun. I'd be down for that.
I'm done with Tim. I'm done with Tebow. I don't even want to see him in the XFL. I'm done. This guy has given he's got enough shots in his career, and he's just doing it off of name only because he's Tim Tebow is the reason he gets all these chances.
Yeah, and the relationship with Urban Meyer is a definite boost to that.
I don't even know why we're giving him airtime. Let's stop that.
Yeah, I guess we're a part of the problem now.
Yeah.
Cut
all this out.
Last time
all this.
Cut it out. Feature Mike. Cut all this out. We're taking out all the Tim Tebow talk. All right, man. Any last things to say before I close this?
Nah, that's it, man. I'm now you got me mad over this Tebow crap.
Well, hopefully your salt carries over into the comment section and no one votes for you. All right, guys.
Joe. That's how you spell it right there. Joe.
Mike. There's one extra letter. It takes a little bit more effort, but nothing that is good comes easy. So there you go. You gotta work a little harder. You gotta type that extra letter in to make the Mike. It's much better. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to hit that subscription button, notification bell next to it. It takes you 2 seconds to do it, and it helps us get one step closer to our dreams, achieving our dreams, and that's entertaining you on a more full-time basis. I know it may seem like we're out here, putting up the 7 shows and everything. Trust me, it is not as easy as it could be. If you guys all helped us get to our goals, especially in that by hitting the subscribe button and a little notification bell next to it, smash that like button, helps out a ton in the algorithm. Be sure to check out everything that's coming up this weekend, from fantasy football boot camp, which is going to be absolutely awesome, to the Rookie Madden tournament. All that's coming. If you have notification bell on, you're going to get alerted, so you're good to go. Any last gripes? Any last plugs? Any last words? No? We good?
Yeah. One thing out there. Raiders schedule came out. Our whole NFL schedule came out. NFL schedule makers, from now on, and I'll push this issue from now until I die. The Raiders are not just the Raiders. West Coast teams that go to the East Coast need to have that late game slot. Stop putting the West Coast teams at 10 a.m. or it's 1 p.m. Eastern, but 10 a.m. slots. Come on. That's ridiculous to have these West Coast teams go over there. You see it. The Raiders, the Chargers, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Seattle Seahawks do not do well at that 10 a.m. window, but you'll put like 2 teams like the Giants and Washington football team, who both on the East Coast, you'll put them in the late window, but you won't help out the West Coast team. NFL schedule makers, get it correct. Get it right.
Get it together, schedule makers. Otherwise, we're going to have to lend you some advice, and that is, when you're talking sports or you're in a sports debate, that you never know when you're going to have to go to war over your favorite team's schedules.